strategies for 2024.
Yep.
We have a lot of clients, friends, people in the business world with websites doing their own SEO. But one question we do get a lot is, how do I build backlinks? They know the importance of it for SEO.
Yep.
But yeah, how do they build backlinks? What's the best way to do it in 2024?
I think this topic is an interesting one. It's one of the ones that a lot of people don't want to talk about. It's arguably the hardest part of SEO, being that there's just so many different ways that you can do this. A lot of SEO agencies, freelancers, or just, call it SEO experts or people in the industry don't have a good grip on how to do this.
No.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
It's not an easy process. It's not as simple as just going out there and buying a bunch of links, because you can't do that really either.
No.
So there's different ways that you can do it. There's some ways that work really well, some ways that don't. We're just going to tackle the ones that we know still work now, still work in 2024, still working today. A lot of the previous strategies like link roundups that used to be a thing as well, they're still kind of there, but not as present as what they were. So, and again, then with AI moving forward, that's going to change the structure in terms of how you can also build links.
Yeah.
So we'll just cover the ones that we know work. Recently wrote blog posts on this, covering all the subjects as well. But we'll just break it down bit by bit and hopefully give you the crux on how to do it.
Yep.
So we'll start with link-worthy assets. So this is a tactic where you develop valuable pieces of content or valuable assets on your website that are going to be used by your customers or by businesses, which will ultimately generate you links.
Yeah.
An example would be something in real estate using like a mortgage calculator, or in digital marketing and using ROI calculators. These are tools that people want to be able to use and will come through to your website and keep visiting back to your website to access them. And I guess the more like complicated these tools are, or how valuable they are, other websites will then link to you as well, because they don't want to go and develop it themselves. They don't want to go and build that tool, that calculator, so they'll link back to you. And it's a great way to generate some links if you can see a gap in the market and build something that somebody else hasn't.
Yeah.
Quite development orientated.
Yeah.
The easiest thing just to do on this as a side hustle, but
provides value.
Good value.
Yeah.
Good value.
Next is Skyscraper content.
I love this one.
Yeah, this is your baby.
This is my baby. Skyscraper content was, believe it was the owner of Backlinks that actually established this and named it, Brian Dean.
Yes.
He came up with this concept, and the idea is that he'd got his own kind of concept around it. The way that I look at it is somebody builds a skyscraper, it's the tallest in the world, and then you come along and you build a bigger one. That's kind of the idea behind it. That's the analogy. So the idea is that you find the best content that's out there, take that content and make it better.
Yeah.
So why does it work so well? The best content is already the best content in its ranking. So it's really easy to know that Google loves that piece of content. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in, what keyword you're going for, you get the best content that is ranking number one in that search term for that industry. And you're going to grab that content, and then you're going to bring your expertise onto it and make it that much better. Now, you've got to be careful with this. Don't go and plagiarize content. Don't go and copy the content verbatim. You have to rewrite it.
Or use AI.
Yeah. You have to go and rewrite it. You have to bring your tone, your personality, your brand into it, but just leverage it as a framework for what it speaks about.
Yeah.
Now, how does this work? So the idea behind this is that if you can get that best piece of content and make it better, then you become, well, you can rank strongly for that piece of content, ultimately then generating your links.
Yeah.
It will also generate your traffic and organic rankings, and it's fantastic for SEO. But the benefit for it is that you get to position yourself as the expert in that industry. So we've written multiple pieces of content in this before. And as we write content, we rank strongly globally, which generates as those links coming through to the content, because of the quality of that expertise.
Yeah.
That's
And
Skyscraper.
yeah, and it ties into Google's framework, the EAT, the experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness.
Yep.
And there's so many people in the industry, and Google's spoken about, like, that's the framework it's ranking content on. And by following that framework and doing the Skyscraper content,
definitely,
it helps not only, like you said, rankings, but also the links.
Also for the links, yeah. So it's getting the best content, making it better content, giving it more expertise, giving it more depth, and then positioning it in a position in Google SERPs that is strong enough to then generate its own links.
Yeah.
So,
awesome.
Broken link building. This is kind of a two-part. You can do broken link building, which is more you've had links that have broken and you're reaching out to kind of re-engage those links, or you can leverage it from like a competitive analysis. And the way in which you do this is you look on particular niche sites that are relevant. This is quite a technical one, so bear with me. The idea is to find broken links on websites that are within your niche, informing the author or the owner of that website of the broken link, and provide them a source to then fix that broken link.
Right.
So if somebody has a link that's broken on their website, that's bad for their website. So they don't want a broken link on the website. And if you've got a website, a document, a blog, or an article that could be connected to that broken link, then you correct that issue for them without them having to find the source, even know about the broken link. And then you can reach out and claim that link in that exchange of kind of doing them that favor.
Yeah.
It's quite technical. You do need a lot of tools to do so. You need to be, pretty comprehensive in your SEO ability for that. But there's good value in being able to do it, on scale and well for your business.
Would you say that's probably a more affordable way of doing it for a business, as it's providing value for another website also?
Look, all of these strategies are designed to be somewhat free. So all of these strategies that we're giving you they don't have a cost involved. The cost is time, or the cost is expertise, right?
Yeah.
So all of these things can be done on scale without having to invest in somebody to do it. If you have the expertise to do it, though.
Yes. Yeah.
So like leaning back to the Skyscraper, I wrote this in the blog as well. To write Skyscraper content, it doesn't cost anything other than time. But if you don't have the expertise to do it, then you need to have somebody that has the expertise to write better content than what has been written about.
Yeah. It
may need infographics. It may need a developer to implement it into your website. It may need linkable assets involved. It might need a user-friendly experience. It could, as we spoke, copywriter. All of these things kind of add up as time.
Yeah.
If you don't have the time to do it, then it becomes costly. Yeah. Because it's whether you've got the expertise. If you don't have the expertise, then it becomes a cost.
Outsource, yeah.
So all of these things can be done and self-served, but it's one of those things of, do you have the expertise to fulfill what's required?
Yeah.
But if you don't, it's a learning curve and you can get there. So
it's super fun.
Definitely. Guest posting.
Yes.
Guest posting. So a lot of people have that preconceived concept that guest posting is a paid for service. It's not. Guest posting is the ability to, as an expert, reach out to credible sources, articles, publications, news sites, niched in your industry, not niched in your industry, and reach out to them and offer to write articles for them. This is very time intensive again. So again, we're leaning on that time concept that you need to invest your time to go, I'm going to provide you content that you don't have to write. I'm going to write it for you. And why do they want your content? So your content needs to be phenomenal. Yeah.
And relevant to their website subject matter too.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. So it works really well if you're in your niche. So for us, for instance, digital marketing, if we reached out to HubSpot, which we've done and written for them, or SEJ, or social media examiner, anything that's within our industry, we can approach them going, we have experience within. Yeah. Can we give our input as an article piece for you? Yeah. And we'll invest the time for their articles,
Yeah.
that's where you then get those links. It's not going to be a sales pitch. It's not going to be a sales article. It's very much just got to be that relationship of going, I'm going to provide value for your website.
Yeah.
And then that's ultimately what's going to then give you that link back.
Yes.
So that's guest posting.
Yep.
Anything to add to that?
No, just, making sure with guest posts, making sure you're reaching out to a relevant external website. We find that has the best benefit
Big time.
for your website.
Yeah.
I think the next one would be infographics.
Yeah. So again, we lean on that time or a graphic design experience on this. Infographics is, again, creating an asset that people are going to want to link to. So it's similar to the linkable assets that we started with.
Yes.
Less page or tool orientated, more infographic orientated. It's actually creating infographics that explain something.
Yeah.
Leveraging the form of graphical elements. So rather than having a tool like a calculator, you create an image to explain a particular process.
Yeah.
This is really big in digital marketing. It's really big in
health.
Health is another one.
Yeah. Dietitians, I see a lot.
Dietitian, nutritionists, those sort of that space.
Yeah.
There's a lot of value in linkable assets there and in creating infographics there, I should say. So it can be quite strenuous in terms of the graphic design work on this one. So even if you can, to give you kind of some ideas as business owners, if you can conceptualize the style that you're looking for, then you can just outsource the creation of it.
Yeah.
But actually kind of like draw and map out what you're looking for that you feel would be valuable, and then engage a graphic designer to be able to then fulfill the requirement for you.
Yeah.
By doing it that way, then that's going to get you the best return and less time intensive, subsequently lowering cost.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then for a business owner, where would you, once they have this infographic, where would you recommend them put it? Do they put it on their website, on social media?
Yeah.
Where
would you distribute?
What do they do with this infographic?
Best results come from when infographics can be leveraged within the relevant content.
Yeah.
So having a blog, having a page that is relevant to the infographic.
Skyscraper content.
Leaning to where that Skyscraper comes in. This is why I lean so heavily on Skyscraper, because it is kind of the linkable asset. It's the infographic and it's the content in one. That's why it does so well.
Yeah.
But that's where the infographics can be used. So if you're creating an infographic around, 7 healthy foods that you're putting into your diet, and then you write the article on 7 healthy foods for your diet, that then makes sense.
Yeah.
You can then perform kind of in a 2-part race of, you can create the article that could generate links, and you've got the infographic that can generate links. So you've got both parts that can do well for your business.
So
cool. Testimonials and case studies. This one's unique, more partnership relevant. I'll use digital marketing as an example, but this does work for other businesses. The idea is that you can submit a testimonial or a case study to your partners that you're partnered with.
Yeah.
For instance, we use agency analytics as an agency. It's a reporting tool. It allows us to live dashboard report on all of our clients' information. It's a fantastic tool. Not a sponsor. Great tool.
Sponsor us.
They don't need a sponsor us. It's fine. It's a great tool that allows us to aggregate all of the client data and give access to the clients at the same time. We submitted a case study for them. So, they've supported us, we support them. We've gone to them and gone, look, I'll write a case study for you, how it's helped our business, how it's reduced our administrative time while equally served as a better result for our clients. And in exchange, which I didn't know, they then provided a link to our website.
Yeah.
So this is similar. Like if we're a Trustpilot partner, similar example. We're, live chat partners, similar example. When you have these partnerships and you're partnering with different SaaS companies or different organizations, you can write case studies or testimonials for them, and in exchange, they may exchange that link for you.
Yeah.
It's a great kind of mutual connection. It can go both ways, but those sort of relationships and networking in that space does really, really well.
Yeah.
So
we do find, even if it's not a testimonial or case study, if you have a business and you know other people within the same industry, sharing a link does help as well. So that's another easy way to get links.
Similar to the broken link building in a way, the idea behind it is actually to look though for brand mentions online. So you can search, there's a platform called Mention that you can use, which actually shows you references to your business name online, and you can then reach out for that link. So it's common for businesses, especially if you're a credible business or you've been around for a while, it's common for businesses to mention you when you get to a certain size and caliber, especially if you're in the large enterprise grade. This is a fantastic opportunity for enterprise SEO campaigns. When a publication links or mentions your brand name, they may not link to you. And the process is to then reach out to that editor or the admin of that site and ask for the link.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward. So it's, you've mentioned me, but you didn't link to me. You just get that exchange, you send them an email and you just ask for the link. So really simple process. Doesn't work for really small business, doesn't work for startups, but it does work for larger organizations. You've been around 5-10 years. And you're on scale. There's a lot of brand mentions out there that will not be linking to you that you could request for that mention. Doesn't mean you get them all, but there's an opportunity there just for a quick, you've mentioned, do you mind if we get the link?
Yeah.
That's a simple one.
What about if you've been mentioned in a Reddit forum? Do you recommend getting links from those?
No. Social signals are links.
Yeah.
They do have link value. But in this instance, talking about scale, talking about the credibility, trying to build your authority, actually trying to do the brand,
the relevance as well.
Yeah, the brand link building for the website to increase your authority and ultimately increase your rankings. It's not the biggest piece of the puzzle.
No.
So
cool.
Finally, we've got backlink gaps. So this is more of a strategy as opposed to just the link building itself. The idea is to leverage tools like Ahrefs, SEMrush, Moz, whichever tool that you prefer, and look at your competitors to see backlink gaps in terms of links that they've got, links that you don't have. The idea is then to find links that are common. So say, you throw your top 5 competitors out there, all 5 of them have a link from one website and you don't have a link from that website. You can approach that website asking for the same link or see how they've obtained that link.
Awesome.
Not much more on that. That's kind of a short and sharp one, that one. Yeah, it's looking for the gap on links that they've obtained that you might not. Citations is common in that. They might all be linked on local search, you might not. They might all be on OneFlare, Bark, True Local, and you might not. And just seeing that they've got those links, and quickly you can piece together, 5, 10, 20 links that you don't have that they all have. It's a quick process to be able to go through and then just start asking for those. Generally, I would start with that link building strategy first. Which is interesting. Like, even though it's the most strategic and you do need to leverage a tool, it's arguably the easiest to be able to go and find those links, because often your competitors haven't gone through the other 9 things that we've just mentioned. So for you to be able to just jump in and do those quick wins that they've obviously done as well is a great opportunity. So it's really easy to jump on and grab a few links doing that.
And then do you have any tips for business owners when they do find these links or do the broken backlink gap analysis? Any tips on how to reach out to these website owners? What's your pitch?
Keep it friendly. Keep it friendly and don't go salesy. The thing is, they're going to get emails every single day. We all do. We all get emails every single day, and a lot of it's going to be about links or backlinks or SEO, whatever it might be. So having a natural human approach is going to get you your best result. Introduce yourself, who you are, say hi, say where you're working, your business name, etc. Having a natural approach to this will get you the best result. Having a AI created email or a kind of a preconceived sales pitch to try and get the links won't work.
No.
So keep it natural, personal, friendly. That's where you're going to get that engagement.
Awesome.
Cool. That's a lot of information. My brain's gone on that one. We'll probably break those down individually in
delve a little deeper into
in their own little video. Let us know which ones you want to learn more about.
Any questions?
We can go into the Skyscraper one. I could even do a video on it and actually show you a step-by-step. Let us know which one that you want to know more on, and we'll do some more videos on it. Awesome.
Sounds good.
Thanks.